Inmates even did laundry for the guards' families who lived on the island. Jolene Batiak was a child on Alcatraz. In 1943, four others made a daring and illegitimate behavior. They tied up a correctional officer and scrambled to the shore. Who included four gentlemen and father and brother of Raymond, who formed a driver for the infamous outlaws Bonnie and Clyde. Town guards fired on the swimmers. Witness the next day claimed two escapees had been captured and that two were shot to death in the water. Years really happened. He survived. He swam back to the shore and hid in a small shoulder for 2 days. Damp and freezing.
As you come around the north end of the island, passing the North Buoy, the buoy actually marks a hazard to navigation. A little rock you might see if the tide is low is called Little Alcatraz. It actually is a hazard. If ships have gotten stranded on it, stay on the side of the buoy, you're in deep water.
The tall smokestack coming into view along the shore is part of the powerhouse. This is where the electrical power and steam for heating the prison were generated. Water for the island had to be shipped in and stored in water towers like the one up ahead. Look for political statements painted on the powerhouse and on the water tower. It's a reminder of the historic American Indian occupation of Alcatraz Island from 1969 to 1971. That's when a group of American Indian activists called the Indians of all tribes took over the nearly abandoned island to show the world it was time for America to honor its treaties with their people. Eloy Martinez was there.
During the occupation in 1969, the water tower was made and the message was peace, freedom, democracy, Indian land. It was important because all of the boats were circling the island to be able to see that water tower from way up their eyes.
Behind the water tower is the original site of the rose garden and greenhouse, left over from the military era. In the 1930s, Federal Prison Warden Secretary Fred Reichel began tending the island's ancient roses. He even lobbied the warden to help inmates with the soil. One prisoner, a man convicted of counterfeiting named Elliot Mishner, shifted his interest from greenbacks to a green thumb during his time on the rock. He helped Reichel build a tool shed and greenhouse, and even won permission to order seeds and bulbs. Mishner tended his garden and indeed himself. After his release, he never returned to prison and gardened until his death at the age of 95. He wrote later that the experience gave him a lasting interest in creativity. Look for his gardens dotting the island, now being restored by volunteers. You can tour the gardens of Alcatraz during weekly tours. Up ahead, near the shore, are the ruins of the Officers Club and Social Hall, where penitentiary staff and their families went for a little rest and relaxation. Jean Evelyn Comerford grew up on the island.
Downstairs there were 2 bowling alleys, a soda fountain, I think pool tables. It was just a place where we had no fun.
We're coming within view of the large whitewashed U.S. Army guardhouse. You can still see the original gun sled in the basement, which was the island's original prison. It was accessed via a trapdoor and ladder. In the 1890s, the U.S. Army imprisoned 19 Hopi men for resisting the federal policy to force their children into American English-only boarding schools. Later, the Army locked up World War I conscientious objectors such as Robert Simmons, an African-American man who was incarcerated for refusing to participate in the war, given racial discrimination at home. Overlooking the cement pier just ahead, look for the painted greeting saying, "Indians Welcome," another reminder of the 1969 to 1971 occupation. Eloy Martinez.
It's important that the message is stay here because that way people will know that we are still here. Maybe we will get everything that we wanted. So We've been working with park service and the way we put our social center, you know, we do ceremonies every year, and people from all over have a place in the town and talk about things like this they would do.
The government put an end to the symbolic takeover, but the 19-month occupation was not in vain. It brought a lasting change in federal policy toward American Indian tribes and sparked a growing political movement. Each year, on Thanksgiving and Indigenous Peoples Day, a sunrise ceremony for Indigenous people was held on Alcatraz to remember the occupation. As we swing around the southern tip of the island, notice how close the glittering city of San appears. It is set on 101 nights. Prisoners in the main cell block, even after they carried across the water from the These are so far away. It's not native to the sea. The military planted it to help prevent erosion. The stone platform along the water's edge and traversing the hill is the Alcatraz.